So as we get ready to play game two, first pitch in, a called strike, and reason for delay. Grace Fleming leading things off. Abby Rux, who pitched in the first game, on to start the second game. And there's a bunt down the first base line, picked up and thrown on. But Fleming down at first advances now to second. Fleming now at second on the sacrifice by Addie Downer. And there's one away. We've got to get our lineup cards straightened away here just momentarily. I don't know who put these cards together, but it's Maddie Spaeth down at second.
Yes.
Kenzie Downer had that sacrifice. One out, and here's Drew Severson. Check swing. And called strike by the field umpire, and 2 strikes to count now on Drew Severson. She was the starting pitcher in game one, and then came on in relief to finish the game in game one. And looks at the pitch from Rux, and that one is up and away. Hawley scored 7 unanswered runs to start game one, and then withheld the rally by Moorhead and secured the victory in the bottom of the 7th inning. On a fine pitching performance, 9-8 was the file as Drew Severson goes down on strikes. So there are 2 out here as Thea Bradstein comes in. She is the designated player. And the pitch. High and away. Popped up off to the right side, and that lands. Abby Rux delivers. And it's swung on and towards the right side, picked up there. And 4-3 on the putout. Thea Bradstein grounding out to end the inning, and Moorhead does not score in the first. So with Hawley coming to bat in the bottom of the first, it is Moorhead nothing and Hawley nothing. And giving a chase. And the look-up look-up field again. Here's Breanne Martinson. She's alone again. Breanne Martinson, she's got number 3. Taking advantage of the loose ball that seems to find its way towards Breanne Martinson. Her 3rd goal, and this one comes with 11:06 to play. Ryan Moorhead on the mound for Moorhead in the bottom of the first inning. In game 2 of our doubleheader, Hawley winning the game 1 by a score of 9-8. And in this doubleheader, they have flip-flopped home and away as far as the scoreboard is concerned. So Hawley becomes the home team on the scoreboard and in the scorebook. And leading things off is Grace Fleming. Hawley shortstop takes the Mohegan pitch for a called strike.
Good pitch. Off-speed breaking ball. Broke over to the plate.
Letter high, almost unhittable.
Perfect.
Ryan Mohegan's pitch, and that one is an off-speed pitch. And swung on and missed. That one dropped out of the zone on the swing, and it's strike 2.
Yeah, more of a change up there, a change of speed, and that just fell out of the bottom, just fell out of it.
That was called a drop ball in my day. That one is up and away. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. No score here as we're just underway in game 2. A bouncer right out in front. Mohegan picks it up and throws on to first. 1-3 on the putout as Grace Fleming bounces out. And there's one away. And that brings up Addie Downer, the Hawley catcher.
As we saw in that first game, Mohegan does a very good job of fielding her position. Anything ground ball in front of her, she's been quick to grab up and on to first for the putout.
And the pitch. Again, an off-speed pitch. This one, the contact was made and fouled off to the left side, so it's strike 1 the count now on Downer. Addie Downer waiting, and the pitch. That one bounced away, and it's ball 1.
Tried to come back with the change-up, and it just didn't quite get to the plate.
So 1-1 the count on Addie Downer. As she waits, straightaway stance by Downer. And the Mohegan pitch is way up, all the way to the backstop. Pardon me, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, well, some rain is falling, and they're working hard to keep those balls dry, but clearly that one just slipped out of her hand and way high.
Ryan Mohegan with a 2-1 count. And the pitch is flied towards right center field. This one is short, and it drops in for a base hit. Andy Downer with a single to right. And that brings up Abby Rux. Right fielder Addie Schmitz from Moorhead came running in on the play, but realized she wouldn't catch and pulled up short to field it on the first bounce to keep the play to a single. And so now with a runner at first,
Umpire doing some
book
work.
He's doing some work, and okay, that is Abby Rux, the Hawley pitcher, batting here with 1 out. Emily Chaden waiting on deck as the play comes in. Called strike on the play as they wait. Here's the delivery. And that one is up and away, and that will allow Addie Downer to go on to second base. A wild pitch, sending Downer to second. So a couple of times here on the early at-bats, and you mentioned that it very likely is the wet ball that's becoming evident to get a good grip on it. Here's a swung on and miss. Nothing wrong with that pitch. And nope. Abby Rex.
Plenty of movement, good location.
Swung through the pitch and quickly working. It's popped up to the right side. Moorhead first base there to make the play. Yitzel Delgado with the catch, and there are two away. Emily Chaden batting fourth in the lineup today. At bat now with a runner at second. Here's a slow off-speed pitch that just missed the corner. Yeah. And Chaden had every indication of swinging, but did not.
It looked like a pretty good pitch from up here. It must not have missed by much.
And that one did miss. And it's 0-2. Or 2-0 rather. 2 balls and a strike. Emily Chaden waiting. Slightly closed stance by Chaden as she looks at that one up at the eyes. And it's 3-0.
Well, with 2 outs and a runner on second, this would have to be an ideal pitch for Chaden to take a hack at it.
Here's the swing, or the pitch rather, and a called strike. Runner out at second. Just underway, game 2, and that pitch is way up. Ball 4. Chaden checks in on it first, and on the pitch over the plate, Addie Downer comes on over to third, and Hawley now has runners at first and third. And Courtney Bjerke will step up. She is the Hawley center fielder. Trying to work out of a jam. Ryan Mohagan delivers. Down low, and it got away just far enough. Just far enough, and Emily Chaden takes second. Now with runners at second and third. Ryan Mohagan delivers up high.
Well, now with a 2-0 count and a base open, you don't want to give anything too hittable here.
Anything through the infield is likely to score 2. Has the weight. And that, she tries to get that off-speed pitch to drop in, and it was left up high. So it's now 3-0. Ryan Mohagan wastes no time as she gets ready and delivers. And a called strike. So 3-1 with 2 out. Hawley threatening here on the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. Bounce to the right side. And it takes the short hop and squirts away. 1 run is in. And then a quick return to third. And the runner holds there. That's runners at first and third. Umpire came over to help out on the play, making sure that I think that there was some contact with the third base runner, but nothing more than that, and the play stopped there. But a run has scored as Addie Downer came in on the play. Courtney Bjerke will get an RBI, and it's 1-0 Hawley. And on the play, runners now at first and third. Emily Chaden at third. Courtney Bjerke is on at first. Stepping up now, Ellie Hastings. Hawley third base player, Ellie Hastings. And up and away. Ryan Mohagan out and waiting. Here's the delivery. And that one is fouled away. Had good speed on that one, swinging late.
Yeah, good pitch there by Mohagan. I think she's just really struggling with the moisture on the ball.
This one is lifted towards center field. Lazy fly ball there is caught. And Moorhead center fielder Kenzie Downer to make the catch for out number 3. Hawley scores in the bottom of the first. And after one, it's Hawley 1 and Moorhead nothing. Hitzel Delgado leads off the Moorhead second inning and takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. 1-0 Hawley, getting a run in the bottom of the first inning. And on the mound, Abby Rux, and Delgado bounces one into center field for a base hit. Delgado on at first, as that brings up Kate Gulbranson, who is the catcher here in Game 2 for Moorhead. And as we saw in the first game, Moorhead has not been shy about getting runners on base and came up just short in Game 1 as Hawley persevered to get the victory 9-8. Here's the pitch. Gulbranson looking that one up high. Abby Rux and the delivery up high. There was a play on, but the pitch was out of the strike zone. There was no contact made, and so the play goes back. And now quickly, standing back in, here's Gulbranson. Wind up in the pitch, and it's bunted and caught. And just hanging on, third base for Hawley, Ellie Hastings there to make the catch on the pop-up. And Kate Gulbranson goes down on the little pop-up, and there is one away.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate break for the Spuds, trying to put that bunt on the ground, but instead the high pitch came up and just not able to handle it and get on top of the ball and knock it down to the turf.
That brings up Addie Schmitz from Moorhead, batting here with a runner at first and one out. And Rux delivers a swing and a miss. High, hard fastball by Rux. Schmitz swinging through the plate. Hawley scored in the first to lead it 1-0. Here's the pitch by Rux, and she has a good fastball and a swing and a miss for strike 3 by Addie Schmitz, and there are 2 away. That brings up Bria Holm. She stands in from the right side, stands up in the batter's box, and the pitch is way up high. Ball 1 the count on Holm, batting here with 2 out in the top of the second inning. There's a called strike. Infield in at third and at second. Swung on and miss. And Rux is coming through with some high heat here in the second inning. Abby Rux leans in, winds, and delivers, but down low.
Bria Holm, an 8th grader, playing up at the varsity level.
Takes a look at a ball out of the strike zone. That was about letter high, but wide. And Bria Holm back in the plate again, way up forward in the batter's box. And the pitch is fouled up and behind. A chase, but out of play. Hawley catcher Addie Downer took a good look at it and phased off to the right side, but it was out of play. And the bat will continue for Bria Holm.
And Holm has competed in some of those run, pitch, and hit contests, winning a couple of state titles.
Abby Ruck settles in and delivers. Just missing outside. Oh, that was a tough pitch to take.
Wow.
And when you think of the inexperience of an 8th grader in a situation like this, tough call to make, but Bria Holm takes ball 4, and that puts runners on at first and second. Yetzel Delgado, who led off the inning with a single, now at second, and Holm with the walk on at first. And Ryan Moorhead batting. And she nubs one to the shortstop. A soft line drive is hauled in by Grace Fleming, and that puts the Spuds rally attempt to an end. And after an inning and a half, it is Hawley 1 and Moorhead nothing. Hawley will come to bat in the bottom of the second inning after getting a run in their half of the first, leading at 1-0, and Mackie Halverson will lead things off. Hawley second base. Stands in from the right side as Halverson waits. Maynell on the mound. Ryan Mohagan sets and delivers, and it's bounced off behind the plate. Strike one. Just did get around and make contact on that Mohagan pitch. Game 2 here, like Game 1, played on Moorhead's Jim Goda Stadium turf. This one is bounced up the line at third. Picked up, and the throw may not have been in time. It was going to be a close play, but it was low and could not be handled by Delgado. And so there's a runner on at first now for Hawley as Halverson stands in. I'll have to give that as an error on the throw. Pulled to first base off the mark. So E5 on the call, and that brings up Paige Blakeway, the designated player. That one is in the dirt. Picked up, and the throw down to second, not in time. Advancing on the wild pitch. And now Hawley has a runner at second. And Blakeway with a 1-ball count.
Yeah, and you can see Moorhead swapping out softballs there, trying to get a dry one.
Here's the look in by Mohagan, and the pitch delivered up and out of the zone. A called ball on that play. 1-0 Hawley leading. And batting here in the bottom of the second inning. And there's this off-speed pitch that is a called strike. Just did catch the letters. Every time a pitcher, regardless of whether it's Ryan Mohagan or on the other side, Rux, is throwing, when we see that off-speed pitch, my knees buckle. And I'm thinking, I don't have a chance.
You're not even up there.
And I'm not even there. Ryan Mohagan ready. And that pitch is down in the turf. And scooped up and returned to play as Ryan Mohagan waiting. Runner out at second. And the pitch. That one sailed up and away. And that was ball 4, so that puts runners at first and second. Blakeway drawing the walk. And nobody out. That brings up Matty Walker, the left fielder. Squares to bunt as though she might. And the pitch. And she lets it go. And a quick throw back to pitcher Ryan Mohagan. Mackie Halverson reached on an error. Paige Blakeway reached on a walk. And that was looking down, Corey. I didn't see how that whole play developed there, but all of a sudden bases are loaded.
Yeah, well, it was a wild pitch.
Must have been ball 4.
I missed that also, unless it hit her.
Well, we've seen that.
I only had that as the third ball.
Yeah.
So
let's go with a hit by pitch.
Yep.
That way we can save ourselves.
Yep, good.
Hit by pitch. But regardless, bases are loaded. Walker on at first. Blakeway at second. Halverson now at third. Nobody out. Hawley threatening here with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. Grace Fleming looks at that one. Up and out of the strike zone. Ball 1. Ryan Mohagan's pitch, again sailing up just under the chin. Back in action. Here's a bouncer and out of play as it bounces foul. 2-1 now. 2 balls and a strike on Grace Fleming.
Now, similar to the trouble that the Spuds got themselves into in Game 1, now here again in Game 2, bases loaded, nobody out.
This one has popped up at the plate. And a pop-up there with the runner protecting the base did not advance. And if I could understand the umpire, I thought he gave the call of infield fly.
Correct.
And so the batter runner
is
out, and then the runner from third coming into the plate never got there. She was tagged, so I think that's going as a double play.
Correct, yes. Yes, because the runner at third did not have to advance because of the infield
fly. Of the infield fly.
Right. Well, and there's a hit batter.
So the bases go back loaded.
They're back loaded.
There you are.
But with 2 outs now.
So Grace Fleming on the infield fly. First out of the inning. Mackie Halverson trying to score. Standing up at the plate was tagged for out number 2. Addie Downer now gets a hit by pitch. On at first. And bases are loaded. Ryan Moorhead settles in. She's got a chance to get out of the inning. Here's a fly line drive, and that one's going to drop, and runs will score. 1 run scores. A line drive to the right side. And Moorhead right fielder Addie Schmitz was there, played it on 1 bounce, got it back in quickly. But Paige Blakeway has scored to make it 2-0. Maddie Walker has moved on to third. Addie Downer now at second, and that hit by Abby Rux puts her on at first with an RBI single. And it is 2-0.
Well, a nice play by Schmitz, though, to get that ball in quickly and limit that to just 1 run scored.
And with 2 out, the runners are looking for any opportunity to advance. Standing deep in the batter's box. Here's Emily Jaden. And she follows it to the right side. It's popped up into the air, and the catch made. Foul pop is out number 3. So for all of that, the Spuds give up just 1 run, and Hawley, after 2 innings of play, has the lead. It's Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing.
And the restart now for the Spuds. Tommy Alderson with possession around the 30-yard line as the Spuds changing out personnel. In lacrosse, you change on the fly, much like hockey. Up on top, the shot, and a goal! A fire by Kenny Boney. That's his 2nd of the night. Just a rocket from on top.
With a run in the first and a run in the second, Hawley has a 2-0 lead on Moorhead as the Spuds come to bat in their half of the 3rd inning. We go to the top of the order, and here's Maddie Spaeth. Moorhead, third base, reached and was stranded at second when the inning came to an end in the 1st inning. Batting here now in the 3rd, taking low, ball 1. Abby Rux delivered, and that one's fouled back. Good swing by Maddie Spaeth, only to see it be deflected back and away. Abby Rux standing on and delivering down low. Oh, they're going to call strike. Strike 2 the count now. As Maddie Spaeth steps back in. And this one is popped up to the right side. Out of play. Foul ball. Maddie Spaeth for Moorhead. Keeps her at bat alive. And the pitch. Up high and away. Infield in at third. Infield in at second. And a bouncer. Up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Tubble's picking it up, but no advance on the bases. And Maddie Spaeth opens up the third inning with a base hit. And that brings up Kenzie Downer. 2-0 Hawley leading, getting a run in both the first and second innings. And now the Spuds trying to get on the board, start the third inning with a base hit. Kenzie Downer waits, and here's the pitch. Steps out to bunt, but then pulls back, and the pitch high and out of the strike zone, ball one.
And we saw that the last time the Spuds tried to sacrifice bunt. A high pitch coming in is really hard to handle when you're squared up to bunt.
And the pitch. This one is laid down right on in front of the plate, and the throw on a perfect sacrifice bunt will put the runner down at second base as Kenzie Downer delivers the sacrifice. Maddie Spaeth now on at second. And there's one away. And here's Drew Severson playing left field. Wide stance. And waiting. Rux delivers down low. As Drew Severson waits, here's the pitch, and that is a called strike at the knees. So it's 1-1 now on Severson.
Yeah, pretty good pitch there by Rux. Really hard for the batter Severson to handle that one. That's kind of down and inside.
That one was right in the strike zone, and she fouls it straight back. Drew Severson striking out in her first at bat in the first inning. Has a chance to do some damage here with a runner out at second. And one out. And the pitch swung on and missed. And Drew Severson is out on strikes for the second time this afternoon. And there are two away. That brings up Thea Bradstein, the designated player today, grounded out to the right side in the first at bat, and this one is bounced foul. Just wide of first. Abby Rux is ready. Has a chance to get out of the inning, and that one is fouled back. Thea Bradstein keeping her at bat alive. Abby Ruck stepping back, now back on the rubber and delivers. And this one is fouled back. So good at bat here by Thea Bradstein with a runner down at second and two out.
Yeah, runner will be going on contact with two outs, so anything to the outfield should score a run.
As Rux delivers. That one is in the turf, but scooped up nicely. Addie Downer, Hawley catcher, scooping that one off the turf. Now Abby Rux wheels and deals, and this one is popped to the right side. But slicing off to the far right and out of play as it rolls onto the track and beyond the track. And that brings Bradstein back into the batter's box. And Hawley likes to play third base and second base in tight on virtually every at-bat. Here's the delivery, and that one's fouled back. So the at-bat stays alive for Thea Bradstein.
Yeah, Bradstein really doing a good job of battling here. Anything close to the strike zone, and she's at least getting a piece and fouling it off.
Abby Rux delivers strike 3. And the Spuds threaten but do not score in the third. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing. Here's a look in. Rolling loose down towards the end line. Behind the net, trying to set up a play from behind. Here's the look by Moorhead, trailing 5-0, looking for their first goal, and it's deflected away. The scoop up and the scoop in, and Moorhead has scored its very first varsity lacrosse goal, coming right in on a nice play, back and forth, give and go, and in to make it a 5-1 score here. Courtney Bjerke will lead off the bottom of the third inning for Hawley. Nuggets center fielder drove in a run on a single in the first inning. It's 2-0 Hawley here as they bat in the third. With that pitch called a ball, and it's 1-0. Ryan Mohagan on the mound puts one in the turf, and it bounces up to catcher Kate Gulbranson. Moorhead's infield at normal depth. There's a called strike. Third base, Maddie Spaeth even with the bag. Short is back deep. Second, even with the bag. Here's the pitch. Up high and away. And the delivery. That one is down low for ball 4. Courtney Bjerke draws a walk to start the third inning, and here's Ellie Hastings. Hawley, third base, flew out to center field in the first inning. Batting here with a 2-0 lead. And a bouncer to the near side, but foul. It got through the coaching area, it got through the dugout area, it got through the machinery area, and past Moorhead Athletic Director Dean Haugo. And bounced all the way to the near side untouched. Swung on and missed, and a quick throw down, but back just in time. A dive back into the bag on the far side, nearly came up short. She had to reach in order to get to the bag in time. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Here's a throw down to second and out there. So, a Twins killing here by Moorhead with a strike 'em out, throw 'em out. And that brings up Mackie Halverson. Two out now. As Halverson bats, she reached on an error. Halverson reached on an error in her at bat in the second inning. Bases are clean now as she pops this one foul and off to the right side. Two to nothing, Hawley with the lead. Here's Moorhead's pitch. This one is slapped towards left field and it drops. Up against the fence rather, and the throw comes in. Up the line just a bit, so that'll be a double for Mackie Halverson, who stands now at second base. Hard hit ball to the left field area that bounced right up against the wall and back into play, and a nice return into the field. But Mackie Halverson was there at second standing, and that brings up Paige Blakeway.
Well, how important now was the strike him out, throw him out double play. After a hit like that would have scored a run.
This one is fouled back, and it's strike one, the count on Blakeway, who drew a walk and scored Hawley's second run in the second inning. And the pitch. Pitch was low and in the turf. And here's a play down to third, and just did get in time. Very aggressive base running play by Hawley to get in and avoid the tag. It was a good throw from Gulbranson at the catcher. Halverson now at third. As Blakeway bats with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Ryan Moorhead delivers, and this one is lined to right center field, and this one is caught in deep center field. Kenzie Downer floating off to her left side, got there in time to make the catch. And so Hawley threatens but does not score, and after 3 innings complete, it's Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing. Moorhead has advanced runner to second base in each of their first 3 at-bats, but no farther. And so come to bat here in the top of the 4th inning, trailing 2-0. And yes, that is correct, top of the inning, as they switch sides in the twin bill. Moorhead the home team in game 1, Hawley is the home team in game 2. And it's 2-0 Hawley. As Moorhead comes to bat, standing in is Yetzel Delgado, who had a base hit and was stranded at second in the second inning. Delgado, Moorhead's first base. Stands in straight away, waggling her bat as she waits, and the pitch. Catching the knees and the corner, and it's strike one. Abby Rux delivers strike 2. Strong performance by Abby Rux, first in game 1 and now here in game 2 as she delivers out of the strike zone high. That was a kind of a teaser pitch But did not take. Delgado did not go after it, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, it's a good setup pitch because you can come back with high heat. You could come back with a low changeup.
And there it is, the low changeup for call. You played this game, haven't you?
Maybe not softball, but
well, yes, you have.
Baseball.
So that strikeout, Delgado, first out of the inning. And here comes Kate Gulbranson, who popped up in the second inning. Moorhead catcher Kate Gulbranson batting from the right side. Takes down low ball 1. Lights have been turned on. Jim Goda Stadium in Moorhead. It's been a cloudy sky from the opening pitch. Wide stance. And the pitch down low.
Now, what started out as cool temperatures, I would say, has transitioned to cold.
And quite frankly, it didn't take long to make the transition. And we can see that. Here's the pitch. And she just missed, and they were waiting. Everybody was waiting to see that right arm, and it stayed in place. And so that pitch is out of the strike zone for ball 4. And Kate Gulbranson checks in at first, and the Spuds get a base runner here in the 4th inning, and that brings up Addie Schmitz. Well, we noticed in game 1 where Hawley players at bat were wearing sweatshirts and covers. Moorhead, for the most part, was not, but in game 2, Moorhead has joined that legion as they have covered up their numbers with warmer wear. And as we mentioned after coming up from the field between games, I don't blame them. It is unpleasant. And yet, in the fall, in the middle of October, this is a pleasant day.
Right.
Well, maybe not pleasant, but acceptable.
Or expected. Maybe in the spring, you expect maybe a little bit of precipitation like we have here today, but you expect the temperatures to be much warmer.
Here's the pitch, and swung on and missed. And the throw down to second is up the line and not in time. So Kate Gulbranson now at second. Addie Schmitz batting here with 1 out. And that brings up Bria Holm, rather.
And like you said, Larry, each inning now the Spuds with a runner at second. See if they can deliver a base hit to get one on the board.
Strike 1 on Bria Holm. Moorhead shortstop drew a base on balls in her first at bat. And the pitch. Called strike. Belt high, outside corner. Bria Holm watching it. Hawley infield in and waiting. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that is strike 3, and that is out number 3 as Bria Holm goes down on strikes, and the Spuds again put a runner down at second, but no farther. And after 3.5 innings of play, it is Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing.
Nick Hastings comes up with it, sends it out. Here's Nolan Westbrook with a shot and a goal. Nolan Westbrook, leading point getter with 40, with 12 goals and 14 goals rather than 26 assists. So the Spuds wrap it around. So in 5 seconds to go, and it comes up to center ice, and that will do it as the Spuds hang on.
Ryan Moorhead staying on and will pitch here in the top of the bottom of the fourth inning for Moorhead as she faces Maddie Walker. And then to the top of the order, Grace Fleming and Addie Downer. Giving up just a couple of runs here in the first inning, one in the first, one in the second. Pitched into and out of a couple of jams as Moorhead delivers to start the inning. Swung on and missed, strike one. Maddie Walker got hit by a pitch at her at bat in the second inning. And the delivery. That one floated up high and out of the zone, and it's 1-1. Moorhead delivers. Off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. A ball and two strikes now on Addie Walker.
A very good off-speed pitch there. Had the batter way ahead.
And Moorhead delivers. Up high. Moorhead winds and delivers. She tried that off-speed pitch again, and it took too much off it. It dropped out of the strike zone. Hawley batting, leading 2-0. Ryan Moorhead delivers, and a line drive caught at third. Maddie Spaeth grabbing that one right off the turf. Nice play up the line by Maddie Spaeth. And Maddie Walker out now for the first inning, and that brings up Grace Fleming. Fleming stands in from the right side, straightaway stance, as Moorhead delivers. Outside corner, called strike. Two to nothing, Hawley. Batting here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Moorhead delivers. Just missing inside for ball one, and it's 1-1. Moorhead delivers, swung on and missed, strike two. A ball and two strikes now on Grace Fleming. Was called out on an infield fly rule in the second inning. Bounced out to the pitcher in the first, and here's another bouncer to the pitcher. Moorhead rifles that on over to first. 1-3 on the putout. Grace Fleming, out number two. Here's Addie Downer. Single in the first, advanced to second on a wild pitch, then was driven in by Courtney Bjerke, and it was 1-0 on that run scored by Addie Downer. Hawley has added one run since and lead it 2-0. And with two out, here's the pitch, called strike. Batters 9-1-2 for Hawley here in the fourth inning. Wind up in the pitch, and that one is slapped foul. So ball and two strikes on Addie Downer. As Moorhead delivers, took something off that one and just missed. That one just stayed up at the letters, about shoulder high on the play. Caught the plate, but high. Ball two. Ryan Moorhead delivers. Swung on and missed. Batter tagged out, and that's the inning. So a solid performance in the fourth inning by Ryan Moorhead. And Hawley does not score. After 4 innings of play, it's Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing. Moorhead comes to bat in the top of the fifth inning. It'll be batters 9, 1, and 2. Leading things off, Ryan Mohagan hit a soft line drive in the second to the shortstop. Bats here 0-1 in the night. Has the right-hander been solid on the mound here this afternoon in Game 2? Takes a bunt swing at the first pitch and misses. Strike one. Hawley with one in the first, one in the second, and it's 2-0. Moorhead batting here, top of the fifth. And this one is fouled off to the near side. Abby Rex settles in and delivers a called strike three. Catching the outside corner, belt high on the play, strikeout for Ryan Mohagan. And we go to the top of the order now and Maddie Spaeth. Seven strikeouts so far by Rux. Here's the pitch. That one sailed up and away. Maddie Spaeth had a single, was stranded at second in the third inning, stranded at second in the first inning as well. Batting here with one out. And the pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. Hawley gained a 7-0 lead on Moorhead in Game 1 and were able to hold off and get the win. 9-8 the final, Hawley winning that one. And that pitch down low and away. Abby Rux all the way here in Game 2, and that one is fouled back. Maddie Spaeth waiting. Rux delivers. And that was called strike three.
Oh, Rux has just been fantastic, especially here last couple of batters, but almost a
that's her fourth strikeout in a row.
Dominating performance.
8th strikeout on the day. And that brings up Kenzie Downer. Twice reached on sacrifice bunts. And was stranded. Batting here, wide open stance, pitch down and away. Outfield at normal depth. Straight away. And the pitch by Rux. So we've seen some solid pitching performances here this afternoon. And on the mound right now, Abby Rux doing what she does. Here's the pitch, up and away, and that's ball 4.
Oh, of course, we talk about how dominating she's been. 4 strikeouts in a row, and it's a 4-pitch walk.
Third walk of the afternoon. And that brings up Drew Severson, Moorhead left fielder, with 2 strikeouts here in Game 2. Swung on and missed. That pitch was up and out of the strike zone, but Severson thought she might be able to lift that one deep and missed underneath, and it's strike 1. So Abby Rux standing up and delivers. And that one is strike 2. Abby Rux is delivering the high heat here against Severson. And the pitch. That one is just down low, but caught the knees and caught the inside corner, and that is strike 3. So she strikes out the side. Drew Severson is out here in the 5th, and after 4.5 innings of play, it's Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing.
So 3-2, full count. Payoff pitch. Runners go. That one's hit up the middle, and it's going to reach and through, and the Spuds are going to walk off with another win. Heroics, a base hit up the middle by Caleb Sari, and the Spuds, in dramatic fashion, win this one 3-2. What an ending for the Spuds. They had a walk-off victory against West Fargo, but that one was on a walk. And this one, with bases loaded, Caleb Sari gets a ground ball up the middle, base hit, and the Spuds win it 3-2.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Hawley batting with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. As Abby Rux stands in, she's been outstanding in the pitching department with 9 strikeouts. And she takes a look at that one and swings through a drop ball and falls behind on the count as Abby Rux popped up to first in the first inning and had a single and got an RBI on that single. 2-0 Hawley. And the pitch by Moorhead. Just missing. Moorhead has been almost at the category of Abby Rux here in this game too. And this one is flied to the right side. Should be there, and it is. Right field catch on the line drive. Eddie Schmitz was there to make the catch. Abby Rux out number 1 here in the 5th inning. That brings up Emily Jaden playing first base here in game 2. Jaden with a walk and a pop-up. 0 for 1 here in the second game of the doubleheader. Bats with a 2-0 lead. As Moorhead delivers up high. Ryan Moorhead looks in and delivers. This one is lifted towards center, going back deep, but short of the warning track, and the catch is made. Moorhead center fielder Kenzie Downer floating back on it just in front of the fence. And there are 2 away here in the 5th inning.
The 2-0 pitch, Moorhead able to deliver a strike and get the out, so that's a big out. 2
fly ball outs by Hawley here in the 5th inning, and here comes Courtney Bjerke, center fielder. A base hit in the first to drive in a run and a walk. And the pitch goes down low after it and missed for strike 1. Hawley batting here bottom of the 5th, and the pitch. Bounce to the right side, but wide of first base and out of play. As Moorhead readies and delivers, that one got lifted up. It just hung on too tight on that one. It ended up leaving her fingertips and lofting it like a soft 9-iron and came down back near the backstop. Courtney Bjerke waiting. Slightly closed stance, straight on. And Moorhead delivers. Just missing outside for ball 4. Bjerke with the walk, her second of the afternoon. And a runner at first now as Ellie Hastings comes on. Had a fly ball out in the first and struck out in the third. She was on the front end of that strike 'em out, throw 'em out doubleheader. Or double play. And bats here in the 5th. What would I do without you?
Yeah.
As Ryan Moorhead waits. And the pitch. Check of the runner down at first by Moorhead catcher Gulbranson. But no throw. Ball 1 the count. And this one nubbed to the near side. Maybe went after one down and out of the strike zone, but took a swing at it, and it's evened up now at 1-1. Ryan Moorhead settles in and delivers. And she floated that one in for a called strike. She had the batter off balance on that one. And we've seen both pitchers use all pitches that they have to great effectiveness here. Ellie Hastings down on strikes, and after 5 innings complete, it's Hawley 2 and Moorhead nothing. Count is full at 3-2. Bottom of the 7th inning. Game tied. Casey Reber stretches. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 4. And Moorhead has come up with a run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's walked in. And that brings us to the end of this one here tonight. A recap of tonight's game in just a moment. Reminding you that our final score tonight at Matson Field in Moorhead, Spuds 5, West Fargo 4. Top of the 6th inning starts out with Moorhead facing the slants of Abby Rux, who has struck out 9 Moorhead batters through the first 5 innings. And leading things off, the Bradstein. Bradstein takes a look at that one for a called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Bradstein, a ground out in the first and a strikeout in the 3rd inning. Batting here, trailing 2-0. Rux with the delivery, swung on and missed, strike 2.
That's that off-speed pitch, so hard. You know, Rux's delivery is the same for the fastball and the changeup.
Well, you hear baseball announcers talk about the pitcher in a baseball pitcher using arm speed. It has to be the same in order to create the deception, and it's very difficult to pick up on that, and you can see that with the effectiveness of her afternoon. Rux delivering that one up and out of the zone.
Yeah, no question. It's just she's kept the Moorhead batters off balance all night long.
As Rux leans in and delivers, it's bounced to the right side and through into right field. That was a hard hit ball, but certainly playable, and now it gets through. And a very alert play by Bradstein, watching the play bounce away. And so a couple of misplays there by Hawley on that one bouncer by Bradstein, who ends up at second base. Reaching on an error, advancing on an error. And that brings Yetzel Delgado to bat here with a potential tying run. Bradstein getting her look down at second. Pitches up and out of the zone. Ball one. This is about the point in the game one that saw Moorhead try to claw their way back in against a 7-run deficit.
Well, Moorhead's certainly capable of scoring runs. We saw that not only in game one, but as even in the early parts of this season, they've been able to put some runs on the board.
Rux delivers, and the pitch is popped to the right side. First base there, and the catch is made, hauled in by Emily Chaden. Chaden on the pop-up catch, and there is one away. Delgado popping up. Here's Kate Gulbranson, Moorhead catcher. Popped up and walked. Moorhead now with a runner out at first. One out. Eddie Schmitz waiting in the on-deck circle as the pitch is swung on and missed. Abby Rux settling in with a look in and the pitch. And this one is lined into left field for a base hit. This one is going all the way to the wall. It is slow there. The Spuds are going to go for 3. Rounding second on our way in. The slide is there with a triple. A run-scoring triple by Kate Gulbranson, bringing in Thea Bradstein. And the Spuds are on the board here now to trail 2-1. And that brings up Addie Schmitz. The Spuds with a run in. Runner at third. Here's Addie Schmitz. Swung on and fouled back. And so strike one, the count on Schmitz, who has struck out twice.
A really good opportunity to tie the game here with one down, something to the outfield, should score, whether it be a hit or a sacrifice fly.
Swung on and missed, strike two.
Yeah, Schmitz has that in mind. Two pitches she's been swinging, trying to make contact and tie this game up.
So as Rux peers in, steps onto the rubber and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike three. 3 fastball strikes to Addie Schmitz, who goes down.
Rux just so overpowering, so difficult to pick up, what's coming, and you try to play that guessing game and do the best you can, and next thing you know, she, struck you out, and
you're wondering what happened.
Yeah.
Bria Holmes steps in. Spuds have scored here in the 6th inning to pull within 1. And that pitch delivered up and away. Abby Rux peers in and delivers. Just low. Here's the waggle of the bat by Bria Holm, and a bouncer to the right side. And the throw over is not in time. Bria Holm beats it out, and a run scores, and we're all tied up. A quick run down the first base, to first base by Bria Holm has brought this game even up on a close bang-bang play, and it's 2-2.
A good battle there by Bria Holm to make contact, put it in play.
And now a steal of second by Holm.
A heads-up play. That ball got away just far enough for her to take off and gain second base. And now she's in scoring position.
Moorhead was being shut down by Abby Rux through 5 innings of play, but have come up with 2 runs to tie. And with Bria Holm out at second now. And there is a swing and a miss by Ryan Mohegan. As Rux delivers, and this one has popped up and did not know where it was. Hawley catcher Addie Downer looked up into the air, did not see it right away, and when she spotted it, it was too late. It was already on the way down. So a foul ball. Game tied at 2. Moorhead batting here, top of the 6th. Abby Rux standing up and delivers. And this one is to the third base. And a long throw crosses there and in time. 5-3 on the put-out, but the Spuds come up with 2. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Moorhead 2 and Hawley 2.
To regain possession. Boney looking towards the middle, looking to find someone. The penalized player is back on the field, so we're even strength. Tommy Alderson with the dodge, then hands it off. The shot and a goal. Cody Martinson rips it past the goaltender, right above the cross.
Go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and for Hawley, Mackie Halverson slaps one into right field that rolls all the way to the fence. Picked up and thrown back in. Took a notion rounding second, but hangs on. Mackie Halverson starts out the 6th inning with a double. Hawley and Moorhead tied at 2. And that brings up Paige Blakeway, the designated player for Hawley, who has a walk and a flyout here in Game 2. And so it appears that Stacy Holm has seen that maybe Ryan Mohegan is running out of gas, and she'll be moved now to left field. Solid performance by Ryan Mohegan, and she'll give way. And it's actually her 3rd appearance here this afternoon as Emily Chaden comes on. She started Game 1.
Drew Severson.
I'm sorry, Drew Severson, yes. Drew Severson. Chaden was the starter for Hawley in Game 1. Severson started Game 1, came on in relief in Game 1, and now comes on in relief here in Game 2.
Well, and she's got her work cut out for her. A leadoff double by Hawley puts a runner on second base, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th.
Runner down at second base. Mackie Halverson. At the plate, Paige Blakeway. Moorhead settles back in their defense, even up at the corners. As Drew Severson gets ready, and the pitch. The big stride to the mound, delivers down low. Here's the look by Severson and the delivery. And that one misses high. And a 2-ball count now on Blakeway. Waiting in the on-deck circle, Matty Walker. And here's the pitch by Severson. Off speed. That just did catch the corner at the letters. Strike one. And it's 2-1 on Blakeway.
Very close. Blakeway taking the whole way at a 2-0 count.
Wind up in the delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Count evens up now at 2-2 on Blakeway. And that one is delivered way up high. Moorhead catcher Kate Gulbranson did well to jump up and bring that one back down.
Absolutely. Keep that runner at second.
Severson peers in. Here's the delivery. Well, the umpire fooled me with his very nonchalant call. It was as though he was pointing the runner down to first. In fact, it was a strikeout. I looked for more exuberance in a strike three call.
Well, in a big play like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, bottom of 6,
so
tie game.
Let's go with a strikeout there for the
was a
first
strikeout,
out.
all
And
right.
here's Matty Walker. And the pitch by Severson swung on and missed. Walker was hit by a pitch in the second. Lined out to third in the fourth. And there's the pitch down low by Severson, scooped off the turf and holding the runner at second.
Another good block by Gulbranson there.
As Severson looks in, here's the windup and the pitch. Down low.
Hitters count 3-1.
Severson peering in. Here's the windup and the delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike two. And the count goes full. Now at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Matty Walker. 1 out, 1 on. Game tied. 6th inning. Severson delivers. Strike 3. And that one again, a very nonchalant call by the home plate umpire. But it is a strikeout. And there are 2 away. And to the top of the order, here's Grace Fleming. 0 for 3 for the leadoff hitter, Fleming. And she looks at a pitch that's up and away. Drew Severson on in relief of Ryan Mohagan here in the inning, in the 6th inning. And Severson delivers that one up out of the strike zone and quickly back on the rubber and waiting. Here's a lean in, wind up, and the pitch goes off speed on it, and it stayed up and out. Game tied at 2. Runner at second for Hawley. Drew Severson, Moorhead delivers. Check swing. Did not go.
Well, another 3-1 count.
Grace Fleming standing in and waiting. Here's Severson with the pitch. Called strike 2, and the count is full here at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Fleming. And the delivery. Ball 4. Just missing outside. And a walk to Grace Fleming puts runners now at first and second. Number 2 batter in the order, Addie Downer, batting now. She had a single and scored a run in the first, was hit by a pitch in the second, striking out in the fourth. Addie Downer bats here with runners at first and second and swings at the first pitch, missing, strike 1. Game tied at 2. Here's Severson's delivery up high. With the pitch, Severson. This one is hit towards center. Going back on it, and the catch is made as Moorhead's Kenzie Downer goes all the way back and just a step shy of the fence. Hauls it in for out number 3. So Hawley threatens, does not score in the 6th inning. And after 6 complete, it's Moorhead 2 and Hawley 2. So we go to the 7th inning. And Moorhead goes to the top of the order. Maddie Spaeth leads things off with a base hit into center field. She's around first. And Spaeth chugs her way into second base. And a double for Spaeth to start out the 7th inning. And the Spuds, coming up with 2 runs in their bat in the 6th, now have a chance to take their first lead of the day. Maddie Spaeth, a double out at second base. And here's Kenzie Downer. A couple of sacrifices in the first part of the game in the 1st and 3rd, and then a base on balls in the 5th. And Downer batting here. Closed stance, squares to bunt, swings, a bunt swing, and missed. Strike 1. Hawley getting a run in the 1st and 2nd and had a 2-0 lead until Moorhead's at-bat in the 6th. Spud scoring 2 runs there. Had a runner in the go-ahead possession but could not bring it across. And so we are tied, and Moorhead bats here in the 7th inning. Hawley winning game 1, 9-8. Here's the look. And the bunt perfectly placed between third base and pitcher. And it got between for the base hit, and then with nobody at second, Moorhead advances a runner there. The play had come all the way to the third baseline, and Hawley vacated the second base area. And that allowed Kenzie Downer to go all the way from first to second, or from home to second on the play.
Well, really heads-up play there by Downer, recognizing that no one was covering second on the play, and she used her speed to get there before anyone from Hawley could come back and cover. So great opportunity for the Spuds to take the lead here.
Runners at second and third and nobody out. Drew Severson with 3 strikeouts here in game 2 at the bat. Stands in from the right side. Lights have been on since about the second inning here in game 2 as we play at Jim Goda Stadium in Moorhead. Here's a swing and a miss by Severson. Maddie Spaeth leaning in from third. Kenzie Downer at second. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Infield is in all the way around. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up to the pitcher who comes up to make the play. And it's been a tough day at the plate for Drew Severson with 3 strikeouts and now a pop-up to the pitcher. That's out number 1, and here's Thea Bradstein. 0 for 3. With a ground out, a strikeout, and reached on an error that allowed her to score Moorhead's first run of the afternoon. Thea Bradstein now batting with 1 out and runners at second and third. Rux delivers, and this one is hit to the right side. This one's carrying, and it is fair. And then bounced over the fence or off to the side. I think they're going to come back on this one to make it a ground rule double, as it escaped the playing area after bouncing from fair territory to the foul area and beyond. And so Moorhead getting a ground rule double on the play, but taking the lead with 2 runs scoring, and the Spuds now lead it 4-2.
2-run double for Thea Bradstein, just hitting it over the head of the right fielder, and then that ball bounced out of play, and so that's why she is awarded with the ground rule double.
Spaeth scoring to give Moorhead the lead at 3-2, and right behind her, Kenzie Downer scored. And it is now 4-2 Moorhead with Yitzel Delgado batting. Hawley held the lead on Moorhead throughout game 1 and throughout game 2 here until just a moment ago when Thea Bradstein delivered a 2-run double. As Abby Rux delivers, this one is bounced to the right side, and that one is off second base and rolls into right field. And coming around to score, Thea Bradstein, and the Spuds have scored 3 and now lead it 5-2.
Another big hit against Rux, who has really dominated throughout the game. But now the Spuds up there swinging the bat, making contact, and this time it's finding space in the Hawley defense.
Delgado with a single, a run-scoring single. And that brings up Kate Gulbranson of Moorhead, who hit a triple in her last at-bat in the 6th inning. Eventually would score the game-tying run. Rux stays on as she peers in. Here's the delivery, and this one is hit right back to Rux, who picks it up, and on the short hop, sends it off to first. And a quick out there, out number 2 here in the inning. Kate Gulbranson on a bouncer back to pitcher Abby Rux.
Quick hands by Rux, that ball going right up the middle. She was able to flag it down and throw it on to first base.
And with that play, Delgado roams on into second, and that brings up Addie Schmitz, Moorhead right fielder. 3 strikeouts here in game 2. And the pitch from Rux. Swung on and missed on a pitch out of the strike zone low and missed. Moorhead with 3 unanswered here in the 7th inning, now leading at 5-2. And the pitch swung on and missed. Abby Rux. Leaned in and now is ready. Here's the pitch down low. Ten strikeouts on the afternoon for Abby Rux here in game 2. And delivers. This one a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 11 delivered by Rux, but the Spuds come up with 3. And after 6.5 innings of play, it is Moorhead 5 and Hawley 2. Hawley coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing now for the first time this afternoon in the doubleheader, 5-2, with Spuds coming up with 6 runs in their half of the 7th inning to take the lead. And so, Drew Severson, who got the start in game 1, comes on here at the end of game 2, has a chance to pick up the win. Hawley brings up Abby Rux. And this one is fouled to the right side and out of play. She'll be followed by Emily Chaden and Courtney Bjerke.
Drew Severson ahead in the count quickly, 0-2 after a couple of foul balls.
And the pitch quickly in, up high, way high. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Severson looking in, and here's the pitch, an off-speed pitch, and it's popped up. Coming in on the play from left field, the catch is made. It bobbled just a bit, a little snow cone out here in left field on the play, but the catch made. I think that was Ryan Mohagan who made the catch. And there is one away. Here's Emily Chaden. Called strike.
That off-speed pitch. Wow.
Yeah, it's just nasty.
Wow.
Just nasty. Yeah, Severson winds and delivers. That one's a fastball, but down low. And the count evens up at 1-1. And the pitch, swung on and missed. Again, took something off it. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. With Severson's delivery, this one is hit towards center. Back on it, this one has got a chance, and it goes out of the ballpark. Emily Chaden with a home run. And the fences that are in place, of course, are not meant to stay there forever, and they collapse with the run. Moorhead center fielder Kenzie Downer ran through the fence to the far side, trying to catch up to that home run hit by Emily Chaden, and it's now 5-3. That brings up Courtney Bjerke. Reached on a single and 2 walks. a quick visit with Drew Severson on the mound before play continues. That was a long fly ball to dead center field by Emily Chaden. Here's the pitch. Missing down low. So Hawley trying to put together a rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning, now trailing by 2. Bjerke batting with 1 out. Takes a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. And the pitch, an off-speed pitch that almost didn't get there, it seemed. It just broke so quietly. But it was enough and fouled off to the far side. Bjerke keeping alive. Courtney Bjerke. And Drew Severson delivers, and this one is bounced to the right side into the Hawley dugout area. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that temperatures have slipped below 40 degrees here this evening. This one is bounced right back to the pitcher. Drew Severson on one bounce, and there are 2 away. 1-3 on the put out to Courtney Bjerke. And there are 2 away now for Ellie Hastings. Hawley, third baseman, has struck out twice and flew out to start the game, and her at bat in the first inning. Batting here to keep Hawley alive. A home run by Chaden has brought Hawley within 2. And now there are 2 out as Ellie Hastings bats.
And the rain and mist have returned.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed.
0-2.
Down to their last strike. Ellie Hastings. Settles in. Drew Severson winds and delivers. She goes to the off speed. That is strike 3. And the Spuds gain a split with Hawley in this twilight doubleheader here at Jim Goda Stadium with a strikeout, Ellie Hastings. And the win will go this afternoon in this game by Drew Severson, as she got a lot of pitching in, starting the game in Game 1, coming on in relief in Game 1, and then coming on in relief here in Game 2, gains the win. First game this afternoon saw Hawley get the win 9-8, and in Game 2, just completed, Moorhead gets the split. It's Moorhead 5 and Hawley 3.
We thank you for watching on Spuds TV today. We'll be back on Friday, another softball doubleheader. Dilworth, Glendon, Felton. It will be at Moorhead High School, and we'll be here for both games. We hope you'll join us.